Hi, Mark Diaz here for 2danimation101.com. In this lesson, I'm gonna show you how to do the animation of the body for the Mona Lisa. So, in Cartoon Animator, you can just go to Open File, and then if you want to follow along, open Lesson 15, Body Animation, Start. Now I don't want to mess with that file. Let me save as the end. The end of this lesson is gonna be this file. Now, the first thing I want to do is zoom out. I just press Alt and then with the mouse wheel, I zoom out, or both clicks and then click and drag. There you go. A little bit closer. Very good. Now, from here, I'm going to be animating the body. So for that, what I want to do is import the Mona Lisa background. If I go to Windows Explorer to the project files, I can just go to Images Export and then select Mona Lisa background and click and drag. And I'm gonna import it as a prop and then just put it behind the Mona Lisa, but with the correct size. It's gonna be a little bit bigger. Around there. Very good. There it is. Now we have the Mona Lisa ready to be animated. I select the Mona Lisa and then press K on the keyboard so I can bring the 2D motion key editor. The next thing I want to do is press F3 to show the timeline. I can also click on the timeline icon. And then with this character selected, in the timeline, I'm going to select the object related track. Now let me click on motion and then zoom in. And I know that the animation starts around the frame 170 something, 78. Okay. Around there. The animation is gonna start on 177. Okay, so let's do some animation. The reason why I want to click on motion is because this track can help me manipulate or move any keyframe from any bone right here, the transform. Then in the workspace, I can just click on any bone, and then in the bone, I'm just gonna do a double click, and look, I can move anything with this powerful track, the transform, right below motion. But for that, you need to click on motion in the timeline. So in here, I'm just gonna be using my intuition for the animation. The kind of acting I'm looking for is I'm paying attention to the accent. Hey, you want to know a secret? I'm using this. This are gonna be the movements of the Mona Lisa. Hey, you want to know a secret? Or what's the line? Let's see.
Hey, you want to know the secret of the...
Oh, hey, you want to know the secret of the real Da Vinci Code? Hey, well, here's the secret. And then, so as you can see in the high notes, I'm talking musically, but in the accents, I'm gonna be moving the body a little bit. Hey, you want to know the real secret of the real Da Vinci Code? So I'm gonna be doing that. And having said that, let's go back to Cartoon Animator 4 and then start that animation. So here's the hey. Where she says hey, she's gonna do a little bit of movement in here. I just select the top bone and then rotate the head a little bit.
Hey. You want to know the secret of the
real? That's another point in which she's gonna put the head like that. The real. This is what I'm doing. I'm first putting the keyframes on the key poses first. Let me explain to you. This comes in a book, or the Animator Survival Kit. Let me get it here. Right here, this super cool book by Richard Williams. He talks about first putting the extremes, and then we put the breakdowns or passing poses, and then straight ahead when we put all the in-betweens. And for that, let me show you really quick what that is. It's gonna be like this. Right now, I'm gonna be focusing on setting first the key poses and then the passing poses, and then we're gonna be more detailed. Okay, So let me do that. What I'm doing here, how it translates. By the way, later we have plans of creating a course on how to apply all the 12 principles of animation. This and basically the other book called The Illusion of Life, where it talks about the 12 principles of animation. Everything applied in Cartoon Animator. So stay tuned. Maybe in a couple of months we're going to have that course ready. We have to design a lot of exercises for you guys to become amazing at it. But anyway, let's do this. Right now, I'm using this technique in which I'm doing first the key poses. I'm looking for all the accents. Hey, you want to know the secret of the real Da Vinci Code? Hey, well, all the parts where she's like this, leaning forward, those are the key poses I'm setting up in the timeline. Okay, later I'm gonna put the anticipation. So that's the pose. Hey,
Of the real
in here she's gonna go in again like this, of the real Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code. Okay.
And in there she's gonna be okay, just a little bit. Okay. So let's put another keyframe in there. Okay. Maybe the head a little bit up. Okay.
Real Da Vinci Code. Okay.
That's the pose. Okay.
Here's the secret. This is the secret.
And lastly, it's going to be, here's the secret. Right now, as you can see, the animation is always like this. You want to know the secret of the real Da Vinci Code, but later I'm going to put the passing poses where she goes back and forth, back and forth. Right now, I'm putting all the keyframes from where she's inclined in this way, leaning forward.
Here's the secret.
See, here's the secret. In there, she leans in again. Here's the secret.
Oh.
And then when she starts doing the I'll be back, I'm gonna reset. Boom. She goes back. Okay. Now, what I'm gonna do is zoom out, and then
Hey, you want to know?
I'm gonna be putting all the passing poses. We have the key poses. Now we're gonna add a little bit of motion. Hey, when she's doing this, basically the anticipation for all those movements. Let's do that. So she goes, hey.
You want to know the secret of the
anticipation is right here. So I just click reset and maybe change the default position a little bit. So
you want to know the secret of the real Da Vinci Code?
There you go. Now the animation right now, the transition between one keyframe and another is linear. I don't like linear. Later we're gonna change it to smooth. Right now, let's focus on just putting those keyframes.
Real Da Vinci Code? Okay.
In there, I'm gonna reset again and maybe just twist a little bit these keyframes. Like so. Maybe not too much. Let's see.
The real Da Vinci Code? Okay. Here's the.
And then in here, she goes to reset, but not too much. Let's see.
Okay. Here's the secret. Here's the secret.
And then in here, reset.
Here's the secret. I'll be back.
And then for I'll be back, I'm gonna do I'll be back. So let me add those keyframes really quick. In here, well, we want her to be a little bit like this. I'll be. I'm just gonna copy this keyframe. I select it, and then press Ctrl C. Let me see the waveform. I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna select face, then open the voice clip. I'll be right there. Right there, I click here, paste, and then scroll down. Actually, I can just make this bigger. There you go. B, and then paste. And then let's reset in here, and let's see how that looks.
Be back.
I don't like that. It's too much. Let me make it Move this a little bit.
Back.
There you go. Yes, and then in here in between it goes back a little. Oops, not too much. Goes back a little bit. Let's see.
Be back. I'll be back.
There you go. Okay, so let's see it from the beginning.
Hey, you want to know the secret of the real Da Vinci Code? Okay, here's the secret. I'll be back.
Alrighty then. Now I'm gonna change the transitions. I'm gonna right click and then select transition curve and then select smooth for all of them. I click on the next one and then smooth, and then the next keyframe on the transform track and then smooth, and then
to know the secret?
let me continue that in fast forward. There you go. Let's see it.
Hey, you want to know the secret of the real Da Vinci Code? Okay, here's the secret. I'll be back.
There you go. That's it. Very good. And in the whole first part, she doesn't move. Look. It's frozen. And after, oh, she's starting to move a little bit. Look. I don't like that. Something happened there. So what I'm going to do is just take the initial position, copy, and then click on the next one and then paste. There you go. Now she's not going to be moving in all this area. Let's go to the beginning. Just make sure. Okay, she's not moving, and then she's gonna start moving. Look.
Hey, you want to know the secret of the real Da Vinci Code?
There you go. Now it's working. Let me make the timeline smaller. And I believe that's it. Let me save it. And you can check the end result. Alrighty. That's it for this lesson. Now in the next one, we're gonna be importing all the other elements for the background and setting up the scene. Okay? See you in the next lesson.